10 years ago, I was working a 9 to 5. I remember sitting there looking at the clock and feeling this pressure in my chest, like, is this it? Like, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I'm showing up, I'm working hard, but I'm still stuck. And today, I run a 7-figure concrete company. And I also help service-based business owners stop competing on price and start landing premium jobs. Now, here's the thing. Most people think the jump from a 9 to 5 to a 7-figure business is about grinding harder, but I'm going to tell you something that might trigger you a little bit. Most businesses don't have a marketing problem. They have a positioning problem. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through what my life actually looked like in the 9 to 5, how I got into concrete, the ugly stages when I chased everything and anything, the exact turning point that changed my business, the principles that took it to 7 figures, and what I would do if I was starting over today. So if you're a contractor or a service business owner and you're tired of price shoppers, tired of low quality clients, and tired of feeling like you're doing everything right but the market still isn't rewarding you, stay with me. Let me set the table real quick. If you're watching this and if you're already in business, but you're stuck in that place where you're busy but not profitable, you're working a ton but it feels like you're still behind, you're dealing with clients that don't respect your time, and you're constantly hearing, well, another guy said he can do it for less. This video is for you because I've lived that. And the fix is not some magic ad strategy, it's how the market sees you. Let me take you back. Back then, my life looked normal on paper. I had a job, I had responsibilities, I was doing what everybody calls the safe thing. But eternally, I felt like I was suffocating. Every day was the same loop. Wake up, commute, work, come home. And by the time I had any energy left, the day was basically over. And I want to be clear, this wasn't me being lazy. I was working hard, but I could feel the ceiling. No matter how hard I worked, the math didn't change. I was capped by the hours in a day. I was capped by the paycheck they decided to give me, and I was capped by whatever pace the company moved at. And I remember realizing something that hit me like a truck. If I stayed on that path, I could be safe and I'll still end up broke. But safety isn't just about having a job. Safety is about having control. What do I actually want my life to look like? I started asking myself that question. I couldn't unask it. What do I want my days to feel like? What would it look like if I wasn't asking permission to level up? And I want to say something important. And a lot of people will wait until they're confident. I wasn't confident. I was just done. I had fears. I had worries about money. I worried about failing. I worried about what other people would say, but pressure of staying stuck became heavier than the fear of taking the leap. That's when I decided I'm going to build something. So how did I get into concrete? I'm going to keep it real. It wasn't like I woke up one day and said I've always dreamed of doing concrete. It was seeing a need. It was understanding that in the trades, if you can produce results, you can build a real business. I started getting jobs, and in the beginning, my mindset was simple. I just need to work. I just need revenue. I just need proof. And if you're in that stage right now, I get it. Because in the beginning, you'll say yes to almost anything. You'll take the low margin job. You'll drive across town for work you shouldn't even be doing. You'll deal with clients who don't even respect you. And you'll tell yourself, this is just temporarily. I just have to get traction. But here's what happened to me. I was doing good work, but I kept attracting the wrong type of client. The kind of client that cares about one thing: how cheap can you do it? And when you're early, you think, if I just get more leads, it will be fine. So you chase, you post, you run ads, you do everything. And you're still meeting the same people, having the same conversation. And it starts to feel like the market is broken. But the market isn't broken. Your positioning is. And that was the lesson I had to learn the hard way. Let me talk about the early stage for a second, because this is the part nobody likes to talk about. Early on, I was trying to win jobs with price. I was trying to be the easiest yes. And what I didn't realize is when you win on price, you get trapped down. But now you're operating with tight margins, no breathing room, consistent stress, and clients who feel entitled. And you end up building a business that looks like you're always busy, but you're always broke. And you're always one problem away from being underwater. And then you start resenting the work, not because you hate the craft, but because the business is punishing you for being good at what you do. So here's what I want you to understand. There are two games you can play as a service business. Game one, compete on price, and you'll spend your whole life convincing it to people. Game two, compete on positioning, and you will spend your life being chosen. And game two, compete on positioning, and you will spend your life being chosen. And I didn't even know game two even existed yet. This was the shift. This was the moment things changed. I asked myself, why do I have to convince people so hard? And then I realized people don't buy the best contractor. They buy the contractor they trust. And trust is built before you show up. Let me say that again. Trust is built before you show up. Reputation sells the job before the estimate ever shows up. So I stopped thinking like, how do I get more leads? And I started thinking like, how do I become the obvious choice? And that's positioning. Now here's my take. The world doesn't respond to potential. The world responds to positioning. You can be talented, you can be skilled, you can do incredible work. But if the market doesn't see you as a premium, you will get treated like a commodity. So what did I change? I'm going to give you a framework I still use today. The 4 pillars of premium positioning. Pillar 1 is clarity. What do you do exactly? What do you do it for? What do you specialize in? Because if you sound like everybody, you'll get priced like everybody. Pillar 2, proof. Not claims, proof. Before and afters, projects, testimonials, processes, and behind the scenes. Pillar 3, process. Premium clients pay for certainty. They want to know what's the timeline, what's the scope, what's the communication, what happens if something changes. When your process is professional, your pricing can be premium. Pillar 4, presence. How you show up in the market, how you brand, your communication, your estimate experience, your follow-up, your content. Presence is not being flashy. Presence is being consistent and undeniable. Now, one of the most practical things I did was start listening to the market like a student. I'd be in Home Depot, on job sites, talking to homeowners, and I started noticing patterns. What are they afraid of? What do they complain about? What do they wish contractors did differently? And what I found was simple. Homeowners don't just want concrete. They want someone who shows up, someone who communicates, someone who is clear and professional, someone who won't disappear, someone who makes them feel safe. So I positioned the company around the things that they actually care about. That's when everything changed. Once we made that shift, it started to stack because the better positioning attracts better clients, leads to better projects. Better projects lead to better results. Better results create stronger reputation. That's the compound effect. And this is where I need you to hear me. Visibility is not just posting. Visibility is trust at scale. Visibility is making it easy for the right customers to choose you. And when we got serious about visibility, we stopped chasing. Opportunities started finding us. Referrals got stronger. Higher value jobs became normal. And over time, we crossed milestones that genuinely used to look like they were impossible. Not because of a secret hack, because we became intentional about positioning. And we built a business that looked premium, sounded premium, and delivered premium. So why do I help other service business owners? Because I see too many great businesses getting stuck. Good people, skilled people, hardworking people, but they're trapped. They're trapped competing on price. They're trapped chasing leads. They're trapped thinking the answer is more tactics. But the real issue isn't that the market doesn't see them as a premium choice. And if you're a great business, but you're looking like everyone else, you get treated like everyone else. So what I do is help service-based business owners build strategic positioning. So they attract better clients. So they win higher value opportunities. And they stop feeling like they have to convince people to take them seriously. If you're watching this and you're in that phase right now, I want to give you something practical. Here are the biggest mistakes I see service business owners making. Mistake 1, trying to be everything and everyone. Mistake 2, talking about yourself instead of the customer's problem. Mistake 3, pricing off of competitors instead of value. Mistake 4, no clear process, No clear customer experience. Mistake 5, waiting to feel ready before showing up consistently. And let me say this bluntly, being the best is not enough if nobody knows. So if I was starting over today, I'll do 3 things fast. 1, I'll deliver undeniable quality. 2, build reputation intentionally. And 3, build visibility that matches the quality. Because the version of you that shows up determines your result. I want to answer a few things I know people are thinking. But I'm in a small town. Will positioning still work? Yes. In a small town, reputation matters even more. If you become the trusted name, the market will come to you. Do I need a huge social media following? No, you need a reputation and proof. A few solid pieces of content and consistent visibility beats random posting of years. What if my competitors undercut me? Let them. Price shoppers will leave anyway. Your job is to become the obvious choice for people who value quality and certainty. I'm not good on camera. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be clear. Clarity beats charisma. If this resonated with you and you're tired of competing on price, I want to help. I built a program called Strategic Positioning. It's a 16-week program designed specifically for service-based business owners who are serious about attracting premium clients and landing higher value opportunities. If you want to apply, click the description. And if you got value from this video, drop a comment with your biggest takeaway. And subscribe, because I'm going to keep making content to help you build a premium service-based business the right way.